It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. Worldwide Sports Radio presents the Haystack Show with Mike Guido.
And here we go, here on a Friday. It's the Haystack and the Worldwide Sports Radio Network, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, WorldwideSportsRadio.com. Mike Guido, Evan Massa, my producer. It's good to have you in here on a Friday, almost headed into the weekend. What are we, 5 days. 5 days separated from the holy day from Christmas.
2 days away from the game of the year, the game of the century, the game of Mike Guido's life. You nervous, Mike? You nervous?
Got
a little pregame Friday jitters?
No, and Ryan Hickey asked me this before, after he went off the air. I'm not nervous, really. I really am not. Like, I'm going to watch it, and I'm going to root for him because I'm a Cowboy fan, and that's great. But is it bad that part of me wants him to miss the playoffs?
Yes.
I kind of want that higher draft pick because I know if they go to the playoffs, they're not going to do anything in the playoffs. This team's not making any noise.
You never know.
Oh, don't give me that. You never know garbage.
What? You never know.
It's such crap.
You never know.
You know it's crap. Don't give me that you never know stuff.
Right.
You know exactly what's going to happen in the playoffs.
I believe, and I know this. We both know it. You get hot at the right time, and you have some momentum going.
Okay,
yes,
last year in the NFL, were we not expecting New England, Kansas City, the Rams, and the Saints in the conference championship games? Were we not expecting that? That is exactly what we expected.
That was one of the times. That was one of the times where we got like the four best teams.
What we didn't expect was a bad call on pass interference, or else we would have gotten our Super Bowl prediction too. We would have been Breeze and Brady, and that would have been that. But because of the pass interference call, we got Rams and New England.
Well, who saw Nick Foles and the Eagles winning a Super Bowl 2 years ago? No one saw it. No one saw that.
Yeah,
you never know.
Listen,
nobody, who knows? Maybe the Cowboys. The Cowboys win the last two games and they go on a run. You never know. I don't believe it, but you never know.
Oh my God! Shut it with your crap.
But are you're not nervous or nothing?
No, I'm not. I don't really think
be.
that. No, I really don't.
Every time there's a big game before the Ravens on Friday or Saturday, I'd be like, all right, big game.
All right, so coming up in about 20 minutes, I'm going to start doing this. My annual Haystack holiday wish list, where I give every NFL team a gift. Now there's going to be a few quarterbacks on this list, and we'll see where they end up. That's coming up in about 20 minutes. For sure, top of the hour, Ryan Pavich comes on at 12:30. We make picks. There's Deathmatch today, a special Christmas edition of Friday Athlete Deathmatch. Very holy game here in the holiday season. But let's begin with this. Athletes have ears. You know, they hear what people are saying about them. They can tell you whatever they want about how they don't watch sports media and they don't pay attention to the noise. Yes, they do, especially now where everybody lives in their phone, okay, and media is bigger and easier to obtain than ever. Athletes definitely hear us talk about them. So with that, I believe that athletes, when they say certain things, they try to rebound off of what they say because they know that everybody's going to see it. So OBJ, Odell Beckham Jr., has been, and I'll be honest with you, I've given him the benefit of the doubt most of the time because I've been very impressed with how mature he's been, with how legitimately quiet he's been in the Browns locker room. I really have. I've been really impressed by OBJ with all the noise with Baker and Freddie Kitchens and the Myles Garrett thing. OBJ has actually remained really quiet, and I applaud him for it. That's great. So now we're thinking of, now does he want out of Cleveland? That's the story today. And it's been the story all week. Does Odell Beckham Jr. want out of Cleveland? Now, I think Odell is handling the situation very well. I criticized him last week for implying that he wants out. But now this week, like I said, trying to rebound because he knows that everybody in sports media saw it. He's trying to get this, clear the record. He loves Cleveland. This is where he's going to stay. Here's what OBJ had to say.
I'm not going anywhere. I'll be here. We're going to figure this thing out. It's just too special to leave.
No, it isn't too special to leave. It's actually very bad over there in Cleveland right now. But listen, I can appreciate that Odell is making the case for himself to say, listen, I don't have any problem here. I got no problem with Baker. I got no problem with Freddie Kitchens. I got no problem with anybody here. I got no problem with the city of Cleveland. I love it here. I want to stay here. Here's the thing that OBJ has to understand, and I said this a while ago too. This all draws back to the same point that I was making before about Odell. It doesn't really matter if you want to go. I mean, do we realize that in sports media today, we do make things that are bigger than what they're supposed to be? At this point in time right now, I think we're failing to realize that it doesn't matter if OBJ wants to leave Cleveland. He's staying in Cleveland. There's no way he's gone. No way. Okay, I'm sitting here today in front of you, in front of this microphone, and I'm going to spew to you all day. The NFL and the NBA are different. Odell has been painted as the NBA player in the NFL. And that's fair. He's a little diva. He's a little bit noisy, super talented, super fun to watch. I called Odell Beckham Jr. the Kyrie Irving of the NFL because he's extremely talented, extremely fun to watch. He has rare talents with his hands and everything like that. Kyrie Irving with the handles, Odell with one-handed catches and all that stuff. He's got lightning speed. Really fun to watch. But he feels that the media is out to get him, or at least he used to feel that way. This season is showing me a little bit different. But Odell reminds me a lot of Kyrie. He's a lot like Kyrie. But the issue is that what Kyrie and Odell have in common is that they never seem to know exactly what they want. Odell never seems to know, is he happy here? Is he not happy here? And I still feel that way. Now, like I said, the way that he rebounded from this situation, it was very mature of Odell to not pile on top of the situation. He tried to cover it up. Even if he tried to throw a blanket over a gigantic inferno, this is the way that it should be handled. It should be. Quiet the situation, quiet the media a little bit. Okay, maybe he does want to be here. You're rebounding. You're not giving us any room to talk here. But the only issue is that you've got to realize that you're making yourself look like Kyrie Irving. You're making yourself look like you don't know what you want. You look like you're trying to catch yourself based on what you said a couple of weeks ago. That's what it's looking like. And it may not be that way, but that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. I got no problem with Odell. Okay, I've criticized OBJ because I thought he was a little too loud. I think he was a little bit too controversial. And I actually feel kind of sympathetic for him because he's been in the NFL for 6 years and not once has he played with a good NFL quarterback. Seriously. He had Eli Manning for 5 years on the steady decline of Eli Manning. And now this year he's got Baker Mayfield, who has statistically been the worst quarterback in the NFL. So I feel for OBJ a little bit. But think about where he is now. Yeah, we're going to make this work. You know, I'm going to make it work here in Cleveland. Yeah, because you don't have a choice. Think about it if you're John Dorsey. You're the GM of the Cleveland Browns. You're going to they're going to keep telling you that they're going to retain Freddie Kitchens, but the T-shirt and the Myles Garrett thing and the fact that you're crazy underachieving and all of the media noise and how could you? I mean, there aren't any grounds to keep Freddie Kitchens anymore. Forget about one and done. One and done shouldn't even be a question at this point. Freddie Kitchens should be gone. Like, all of the stuff that's going on, I fully expect him to be fired at the end of the year. They're going to tell you, oh, we're going to retain him. Yeah, that's for stability during the season. They're going to fire him at the end of the year. And John Dorsey's going to have to admit, yeah, I whiffed on head coach. I whiffed on this. This was bad. I completely swung and missed on Freddie Kitchens. And they're going to have to hire somebody else. Ron Rivera, Mike McCarthy. They're going to have to hire somebody else. Doesn't matter who. Jason Garrett. They're going to have to hire somebody. John Dorsey's not going to admit that he whiffed on OBJ, too. He is not going to admit that on two major moves in the same offseason that he made, head coach, superstar wide receiver, he is not going to admit that he whiffed on those two things, especially when this year it also kind of looks like you whiffed on quarterback. You do not want to show Jimmy Haslam. Freddie Kitchens didn't work out. OBJ didn't work out. Baker Mayfield, worst quarterback in the league statistically. That's grounds for firing for you. John Dorsey's trying to keep his job. Okay, if you let go of any of these guys, or multiples of these guys, you are putting yourself at a disadvantage. So, as much as we'd like to talk about the story about how OBJ wants out of Cleveland, the come get me stuff, slow down. OBJ is not going anywhere because that would require Cleveland to admit that they whiffed, and they're not going to do that. They're going to give this OBJ thing another try. They know that teams out there would be interested in acquiring him, right? Seattle, New England, Pittsburgh, San Francisco. Like, there's going to be a lot of teams that are out there. I think even New Orleans would be in on him. There's going to be a lot of teams that are going to be in on OBJ. That's cool. I'm in on that. But Cleveland's going to say, well, we have him and we're going to make him work. Because if we let him go, we know that we're not going to be able to A, get the return on our investment that we originally put in. I mean, you're stuck if you're Cleveland. You've got to keep OBJ. So it doesn't matter whether or not Odell wants to stay in Cleveland, which is why this is a good move. Give everybody the impression that you love it there. Even if we don't believe you, give everybody the impression that we're coming up with stuff. Come on, listen. I got no problem here. I went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame the other day. It's awesome. I want to stay in Cleveland. It's great here. I checked out the harbor. It's awesome. Make us believe that. And that's what OBJ did. Now, like I said, refuting what he said a couple of weeks ago, but he's trying to set the record straight. It's a mature move, and it's the right move for OBJ. All right, I want to shift to this as well. So last night, I think we very well got a preview of what the NBA Finals is going to be like. Bucks and Lakers. Now, the Bucks won the game. It was in Milwaukee. And I guess in some instances that could have been predicted. Giannis, that roster construction with Milwaukee is just simply impeccable. It is. The way that the Bucks have built their roster is how NBA teams need to build rosters. They have the blueprint. They have their uber athletic superstar that can do everything in Giannis, and then everybody else can shoot the lights out of the building. Chris Middleton and George Hill and Kyle Korver and Eric Bledsoe, both Lopez brothers, Brooke and Robin, can both shoot. Ersan Ilyasova, Pat, I mean, you name any of the other guys on their team, they can all shoot. They can all shoot. Most of them can create their own shot. I mean, the way that Milwaukee has built this roster is how teams should do it. And I'll give credit to the Lakers. The Lakers have good roster construction, too. They're veteran guys. They're very savvy guys. These are guys that have experience. They have playoff experience. They know where the game is. Right now, they move the ball incredibly well. The difference in the game last night, and like I said, it really doesn't. Last night didn't show me anything new about either one of these teams, other than the fact that they can compete with each other. They really are going to be a fun series to watch if we ever get it. But what it showed me was the Lakers had a pretty bad shooting night early in the game, and it was just too much for them to overcome in the second half. That's what I saw. Anthony Davis struggled really early, so did LeBron, and that's what happened. They both struggled early. They couldn't rebound fast enough. Milwaukee scored 42 points in the second quarter. The game was over in the first half. If you really watch the game was over in the first half. I'm not worried about the game. What I kept hearing from the broadcast was, God, do you see how much respect that Giannis and LeBron have for each other? God, they really appreciate each other's greatness. And the amazing part about this is I agree with them. The amazing part about it is people hate it. Giannis and LeBron should hate each other. They're competitors. They should despise each other. Really? Since when? Why? So just because you're competing against them means that you should hate their guts during the regular season. Look, when does that happen in the NBA? Well, it happened with Jordan. Yeah, but Jordan hated everybody. Jordan hated players on his own team. Jordan would punch guys on his own team. Michael Jordan didn't like anybody. It wasn't like this in the league. The way respect in the league for other people's greatness is a misconception, just like load management is. Okay, people think that load management is this league-wide epidemic. It is not. It really isn't. The league-wide epidemic is not load management. Load management is a Kawhi Leonard thing. Okay, LeBron comes out and says, listen, if I'm healthy, I'm playing. I believe you. Anthony Davis says at the beginning of the year, if I'm healthy, I'm playing. Okay, I believe you. Maybe you take a game off here, every now and then. So maybe you don't play 82 games. Maybe you play 76. Cool. You take a game off a month. I'm all right with that. Kawhi takes 2 games off a week. And we gave it a name, so we think it's a league-wide. It really isn't. It's a Kawhi thing. Kawhi is the load management guy. But that's the same thing with respect in the league. Respect between players was not a league-wide thing in the 80s and the 90s where everybody hated each other. No. Michael Jordan just hated everybody he played. He hated Patrick Ewing. He hated Dominic Wilkins. He hated all those guys. He hated Karl Malone and John Stockton. He hated Scottie Pippen. He hated he hated Steve Kerr. Michael Jordan hated everybody he played with and everybody he played against. And here's the real thing. Do we not remember? Obviously, I wouldn't remember because I'm young, so I can only remember what I'm told. But Magic and Bird loved each other. Yeah, they were competitive, but Magic and Bird had a mutual respect for each other for how great they were. Okay, that Lakers-Celtics dynasties, those two dynasties that seem to have met in the finals every single year, they didn't hate each other. It was a rivalry. It was a rivalry thing. So why are we painting this picture that the NBA has gotten soft in personalities and everybody's okay with each other, and I hate it because it takes away the competitive edge of the game? And stop it. No, it doesn't. Were you not entertained by the game last night between Milwaukee and the Lakers? First of all, let me say this. Thursday Night Football was not on last night, and it was a genius job of the NBA to put maybe the best game of the year on the first night that Thursday Night Football is not going to be on. Brilliant. Literally the most brilliant thing by the league. Nobody missed Thursday Night Football last night, from what I know. Nobody that I've talked to since then missed Thursday Night Football because we were so drawn into this NBA game. Yesterday could have been the first time we were actually drawn in by the NBA. And did it really make a difference that Giannis and LeBron like each other? No. LeBron and Giannis have respect for each other because they're both great, and that's fine. Nobody should be like, oh, the league is just terrible now. Everybody likes each other. That's never the way it was anyway. Okay, the way it always was is that Michael Jordan hated everybody, and everybody else had respect for each other. Give me a break. Maybe Reggie Miller didn't like the Knicks. Okay. Stop with this whole players need to not have respect for each other because it's killing the league. Really? Because Magic and Bird loved each other, had great competitive fire, but really had respect for each other. And it saved the NBA. It saved the league. The league was crashing, and then Magic Johnson and Larry Bird came out of nowhere and absolutely saved the NBA. Two of the greatest sports teams ever. The Showtime Lakers and the 85-86 Celtics, those mid-80s Boston Celtic teams, saved basketball. And they liked each other. Quit telling me that it kills the sport. It doesn't kill it. If anything, I think it helps it. Giannis and LeBron embracing each other it gives us speculation. Maybe LeBron and Giannis want to play with each other, even as unrealistic as it is, right? But the fact that Kyrie Irving and LeBron had fondness for each other, that maybe they could play together. LeBron and D. Wade, maybe they can play together. All of these things matter, okay? It isn't killing the league because at one point Jordan hated everybody. Give me a break. All right. Coming up next, I'm going to this is my Haystack, my annual Haystack holiday wish list, where I'm going to give every NFL team a gift. And there are going to be quarterbacks on this list. Well, let's see where they land. That's coming up next. It's the Haystack on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
You're listening to the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. You're listening to the Haystack Show on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Good to be back. Haystack, Worldwide Sports Radio Network. Mike, Evan, here on a Friday, almost headed into your weekend. But let's do this. So I'm going to try and do this every single year around this time of year. My annual Haystack holiday wish list. I'm going to give every NFL team a gift this season. Okay? Something that they really need. Because, listen, we all love gifts, right? And most of the gifts that we want are gifts that we really just want. We don't really need them, but there are gifts that you want and gifts that you need. We're going to give every NFL team a gift that they need. So here we go. Evan Mazza, the Haystack holiday wish list.
Here we go. First on the list, we're going to go by the division. AFC East, the Buffalo Bills.
I think my gift to them would be a big catch radius wide receiver. They need a guy that can go up and get the ball. I don't think that this is a this is a team that's full of smaller guys. You know, John Brown's a smaller guy. Cole Beasley's a smaller guy. They don't really have any big wide receivers. Go get Josh Allen, a receiver that can go up, get a 50-50 ball. Maybe it increases his accuracy because of the catch radius. So maybe somebody like T. Higgins out of Clemson or somebody like Laviska Shenault out of Colorado. You know, something along those lines. Get the Buffalo Bills a big wide receiver.
Next up, the Miami Dolphins.
Quarterback. And I'll be very specific about this. Get them Tua. Get them Tua Tagovailoa. I think it fits perfectly. A guy that can be, put as a pretty special player. Everybody thinks that this kid out of Alabama is going to be special. Get him a quarterback. They need a lot of things, but get him the quarterback that they can build around. And then obviously they need a lot of things, so they're going to have to build a lot of talent around him. But Tua is their primary need right now. My gift to them would be Tua Tagovailoa.
Next up, Gang Green, the New York Jets. Bro.
Jeez.
Bro, what do we need, bro? Give me something for Christmas.
Let's say, can they get a chain link fence? I'm going to get them a chain link fence, okay? because we know that their offensive line's not going to be able to protect Sam Darnold. Maybe a chain link fence will. If they got to go through that, they're going to climb over it. Maybe it'll give them a couple extra seconds to get to throw the ball. I'm going to get the New York Jets a chain link fence because they can't protect Sam Darnold any other way. What do you think? You like my gift to the New York Jets? A chain link fence. I'll have it installed and everything.
Andrew Thomas. Give him a pass
Andrew
rush.
Thomas, Jedrick Wills, Tristan Wirfs, one of those kids.
I will say this. Jerry Jeudy, if he's there, wherever they are.
I will say this, though.
6, 7?
Yeah, I will say this. If the right offensive lineman is there, take the offensive lineman.
Yeah.
But if they can get a superstar wide receiver like Jerry Jeudy or CeeDee Lamb or one of those guys, jump on it. Because Jerry Jeudy will be the next great wide receiver in this league.
He looks fantastic.
He is the best. I got people that are I got people that are saying that in their years of scouting, Jerry Jeudy's the best route runner they've ever seen. Like he is like better route runner than Antonio Brown, better route runner than Amari Cooper. Like these guys, better than Larry Fitzgerald. Like better route runners than those guys. That's company right there.
Up next, the reigning defending Super Bowl champion, New England Patriots.
I know you're going to think I'm crazy, Evan. My gift to them would be the will to move on from Tom Brady, because that's the issue with this team. Okay, I understand that the weapons are not helping and that they're not running the football very well and that their offensive line has been banged up all year. But Tom Brady can't make the throws anymore. If you're watching the New England Patriots, this guy looks like a 42-year-old quarterback. He does. He's not accurate. He doesn't have the arm strength anymore. He is plummeting like Peyton Manning did, like Eli Manning did. He's plummeting like Phillip Rivers is doing. That Tom Brady is legitimately digressing. So I'll be specific. You know what I think would fit perfectly in New England? I'm going to give him a gift here.
Jacob Eason? Justin
Jake
Herbert?
Fromm.
Jake Fromm.
Jake Fromm, I think, would, because Jake Fromm is not overly skilled, but he's incredibly smart. I think him and Bill Belichick would feed off each other. That's the next Patriot quarterback, is Jake Fromm.
Is he there in the 30, late 20s? Is he there?
Yeah, I think he will be. I actually think he will be. Because I think his stock is falling a little bit because he had a rough second half of the college season. I think he will be there. So Jake Fromm is my gift to the New England Patriots.
On to the AFC North. The two-time AFC North Division champions now, Baltimore Ravens. Oh, wait, I forgot this for the Patriots.
They don't get that. Screw those guys. I'm just kidding.
That's not very holiday merry of you.
You know what I should have got? I should have got him a field camera with a tripod.
Actually, I'll tell you what, you should have given him a kicker.
I really should get him a kicker.
Kicker
no, I don't think I'm going to get him a kicker because if they get Gostkowski back, then they're fine at kicker.
That's true. All right, next up, the two-time AFC North Division champion Baltimore Ravens.
I think you're going to agree with this. I think offensively right now they're okay. Maybe they could use another receiver or two or something along those lines. Offensive line, they're great. I think on defense, they could really use another middle linebacker.
Pass rush.
Yeah, somebody like Kenneth Murray out of Oklahoma. Somebody like Dylan Moses from Alabama. I think they could really use a guy like that. A nice, young, exciting middle linebacker who's fast, who can clog the middle. I think a nice middle linebacker would be really good for the Ravens.
I might give him another pass rusher.
Even though I will say that Matt Judon is having a great year.
Oh no, that's what I mean. Another guy aside from Matt Judon. On the other end, Matt Judon. And also for Judon is a free agent, so it'll be interesting to monitor his free agency.
Yeah,
because he'll be in high demand. On to the second place team, the Pittsburgh Steelers. What do they need?
Truthfully, what the Steelers need, I'm going to go with. They need Band-Aids and they need medical equipment. They need medical. They got to get healthy. They have to get Big Ben. You know, I'm going to get them some. I'm going to get him some elastic bands to work out Big Ben's arm. You know, maybe I'll get him another elbow ligament. You know, something along those. Because I really do think that the Steelers are so talented. I think they have wide receivers. I think their defense has been phenomenal this year. I know people are criticizing their secondary. But this defense has been very good for the Steelers. They run the football well. James Conner's a nice running back. They have a good O-line. Their problem was at quarterback this year. Big Ben got banged up. If they have Big Ben, I think this team is loads better than they are. Seriously, I think they're a bona fide playoff team. I think they might even be on top of the division. I really think the Steelers are that good. So medical equipment.
On to the next one. The Cleveland Browns.
Oh, Lord. The Cleveland Browns need a new head coach. That's going to be my first thing. I know they need offensive line. I know they could probably use a safety on defense, but a new head coach. They can't keep Freddie Kitchens around. So my Christmas present to them my gift would be Ron Rivera. I think it fits perfectly. He knows how to deal with quarterbacks with personalities. He knows how to deal with rosters with personalities. Listen, I'm all in. I would be all in on Ron Rivera if I were the Cleveland Browns. That would be my gift.
And on to the number one overall pick possibly this year, the Cincinnati Bengals. They might be getting a Christmas gift already with that number one pick.
They are getting a Christmas gift. Joe Burrow is their Christmas gift. And seriously, they should be really happy about this. I know there are some people that are saying, oh, he's going to be Andy Dalton. He's not really special. I don't see that. Joe Burrow, to me, looks special. I haven't seen an arm this accurate and developed in a long time. Seriously, Joe Burrow... If the Bengals got Joe Burrow, this is a gravitational guy. That he would be the perfect Cincinnati Bengal, the perfect guy to start their rebuild again. Absolutely, Joe Burrow would be a great Christmas gift for the Bengals.
To the AFC South, the Indianapolis Colts. Joe Burrow. Indianapolis Colts.
You're going to think I'm nuts again. Quarterback. I think they could use a quarterback. I really do. And I like Jacoby Brissett, but I think he's making it clear right now that he's not the answer. He's probably a back-end starter in the league. If he were a backup, he's the best backup in the league. Jacoby Brissett, I think, needs to get moved on from. Maybe not, I know he's got 1 year left in his contract, but if the Colts could get Jacob Eason or Justin Herbert or somebody along those lines, I wouldn't hate it. My gift to them would be the assets to get a quarterback.
To the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah, this is a good one. Because I don't even know, do they need a quarterback anymore? Ryan Tannehill's killing it for them.
You have to be 100% sold he's your franchise guy. If you're Tennessee, you got to be 1,000% sure.
Yeah, my Christmas gift to them would be a discount card from his agent. I would say, get him one of those prepaid Visas or one of those prepaid MasterCards and say, listen, we'll take that and we'll shave a few $1 million off of his contract.
Give him Jacoby Brissett's contract.
Yeah, there you go.
Pretty much give him Jacoby Brissett's contract.
There you go. A discounted contract for Ryan Tannehill would be my Christmas gift to the Tennessee Titans.
Because this is a good quarterback class, and Tennessee is close, really close to being not just AFC South division contenders, but maybe a legit Super Bowl team. Because they're good. They're good. You got to be one. If you're going to commit to Ryan Tannehill, boy, you got to be. And I like Tannehill. I'm so happy for the guy. I really am. But you got to be 1,000,000% sure he's your franchise guy. A discount card. The Jacksonville Jaguars.
Jacksonville Jaguars.
How about a fresh start on every end?
Yeah. How about how about a ticket to a networking event? They got to get they got to start talking to people. They do. They got to get advice on how to run business, on how to work with people. Tom Coughlin gets fired. I think Shad Khan is, burning some bridges over there. Doug Marrone, I think, is going to get fired. I mean, Jacksonville needs tickets to it. They need a pass to a networking event so they can talk to people about how to run a business.
To the division-leading Houston Texans.
I would say for Houston, more offensive linemen. I really do. I think their offensive line took a big step this year. Laramie Tunsil made a huge difference at left tackle. Titus Howard, their rookie at right tackle, was great. They put Max Sharping on the left guard spot, and he was phenomenal. Fill in a couple more spots, and they could have a really dangerous offensive line. I'm going to say more offensive line pieces. That would be a great gift.
On to the AFC West, the Denver Broncos.
They need time. The Denver Broncos need time. They could use an offensive lineman, I get that, but they need time to evaluate Drew Lock, because I think this kid's got something. I think he's legit. He's got a lot of Carson Wentz in him. I think Drew Lock is good. I think they need the time to evaluate him. I would give the Denver Broncos time for Christmas if I could.
Maybe I should have done a sound effect for a clock. To the LA Chargers, another team that probably needs a reset.
I'm gonna get them a bundle of gifts. A new head coach to be named later. Justin Herbert out of Oregon, the quarterback, and Travis Etienne out of Clemson, the running back. I think that would be fit. I think those would fit perfectly. Like I said, spend your first and second round pick on a quarterback and a running back, and figure out head coach. Fire Anthony Lynn. Start over with the Chargers. You need new energy in the building. So I would say a bundle of coach, quarterback, running back.
Their Christmas list is long. The Oakland Raiders.
Speed at wide receiver. Henry Ruggs, Alabama. I want to see that kid in a Raider uniform. I think it fits perfectly. That they need speed at wide receiver. They need more playmakers on offense. They have a great running back in Josh Jacobs. I think they have a good number 2 wide receiver in Tyrell Williams. That tight end Darren Waller is really nice. They have a good O-line. I think Derek Carr is a franchise quarterback. Get him a nice speed wide receiver in Henry Ruggs.
The division-leading Kansas City Chiefs.
How about a defense? Can I just give them a whole defense?
Their defense has stepped up pretty nicely.
I know, but when they start playing real good teams, is it going to be sustainable? Like, that's my problem, is that Chris Jones, cool. Frank Clark, cool. Tyrann Mathieu, cool. What else? I'm a little worried. Can I get them? I want to get them 8 new defensive players. 8 new defensive players for them to start next year. The Chiefs have to have some form of a defense, because this offense, they don't run the football very well, so they've got to control the game in some aspect. I want to get the Chiefs an entire defense.
Entire defense for the KC Chiefs. On to the NFC in the Eastern Division, the Washington Redskins.
Can I...
Everything?
Can I get them a... like... you know what? This isn't even a present for the Redskins. This is a present for the next guy that wants to buy the Redskins. I'm going to give the guy who wants to buy the Redskins as much money as he needs to buy the team from Dan Snyder, because that is really holding that team back. So money to a new guy for the Washington Redskins. It's an indirect gift.
The New York Football Giants.
Let's go with, I'm going to go new coach, Matt Rule out of Baylor. New York guy, understands the environment. I think would work well with Daniel Jones. Matt Rule.
The Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh, jeez. I would say they need real estate near a local hospital. This is a team that is so banged up. They run out of wide receivers. Their defense is banged up. Their offensive line has been banged up all year. I would say they need real estate that's in close proximity to a local hospital.
And do I need to say it?
The Dallas Cowboys.
And
Lincoln Riley. I think it would. Yeah, moving on. I think it'd make this team so much better.
To the NFC North, the Detroit Lions.
How about? Can I be honest? The Detroit Lions. Can I just get them like a who cares kind of thing?
You just do not like the Lions.
I am
Every time we talk about the Lions, you're like, I don't care.
God.
I don't care.
God, the Lions,
I got a gift.
The Lions are the most boring team ever.
But come on.
How about a new corner? They need a corner opposite side of Darius Slay. How about Jeffrey Okuda out of Ohio State?
That wasn't so hard. The Bears.
Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers is their Christmas gift. For Phillip Rivers to move his family from Los Angeles to Chicago, try to compete next year.
The Minnesota Vikings.
I would say for the Minnesota Vikings, I'm going to actually say more wide receiver depth. Outside of Adam Thielen and Stephon Diggs, I don't see much that I love. The third and fourth wide receivers. So guys like Tyler Johnson, Colin Johnson, Tylan Wallace, Donovan Peoples-Jones, somebody like that.
The Green Bay Packers.
They truthfully, they could use the same thing the Vikings are getting. They could use a wide receiver too. Seriously, they don't have anybody that can make plays. Devontae Adams is their one receiver that can make plays for himself. Other guy, Marcus Valdes-Scantling, the freaking Geronimo Allison. I mean, they got nobody. They got nobody at wide receiver. Alan Lazard, give him a wide receiver.
So the NFC South, the New Orleans Saints.
It's going to sound repetitive. How about a number 2 wide receiver? You have Michael Thomas, but everybody knows he's getting the ball. Imagine how good Michael Thomas would be if there was another guy at the guard on the other end of the field. Number 2 wide receiver.
That's saying a lot because Michael Thomas is having an historic year. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Cam Newton. I think that would be a really good Christmas gift for them. Like, look, Ronald Jones has shown that he can run the football a little bit. They already have great wide receivers. Cam Newton. Put him in with Bruce Arians. Bruce Arians would love Cam.
The Carolina Panthers.
Quarterback. I don't know who. How about, can I give him I'm going to get him a Christmas gift for next year. A pass for either Justin Fields or Trevor Lawrence. That's what they need. I'm going to get them a guarantee that they're going to get Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields 2 years from now.
It's about a 1-15, 2-14, 3-13 kind of year they're going to have the following season. The Atlanta Falcons.
I would say front seven, pass rushers specifically. They got to get after the quarterback. So A.J. Epinesa, they're not going to get Chase Young, but, so K'Lavon Chason or Yetur Gross-Matos or somebody along those lines. They got to get a pass rusher. Here we go, NFC West.
The NFC West, maybe the best division in all football. Start from the bottom, the Arizona Cardinals.
Let's get Kyler Murray some help on offense. Let's get him an offensive line that can actually block for him. He's already small, so he can't, he's not going to. He's at a little bit of a disadvantage as far as throwing the football. Get him an offensive line. Give him a little bit more time to throw. Give him a little bit more time to scramble out. Give him some more running room. Offensive line.
The LA Rams.
Their offensive line. They got to protect Jared Goff. That offensive line is making Jared Goff look terrible. They got to be able to protect him. They have 2 second-round picks. No, I don't think they have 2 second-round. I think they got to use they have to use whatever draft picks they have to go gamble on offensive linemen. They got to do it. I don't care if they spend every single pick on an offensive lineman in this year's draft. You got to do it.
San Francisco 49ers.
I think you need another corner aside of Richard Sherman, plus Sherman's getting a little bit older. I think right now you're going to have to address the secondary, especially at corner at this point. I think it would be a smart move for San Francisco to get a corner. Maybe somebody like Bryce Hall or maybe Paulson at Debo, Christian Fulton, somebody along those lines. Sean Wade.
And last but certainly not least, the Seattle Seahawks.
God, could you get Russell Wilson some sort of offensive lineman? Maybe Tyler Biadasz out of Wisconsin or Creed Humphrey at Oklahoma. Like get somebody that can protect Russell Wilson, because you just paid him $35 million a year. You've got to keep him on his feet. You have to. So there we go. My Haystack holiday wish list. Love it. My annual Haystack holiday wish list. What do you think? You think I did well giving gifts? I'm Santa. I'm Santa Haystack.
Santa Guido?
Yeah.
Santa Guido?
Santa Guido. All right. Coming up next, Foreshore 4. Love my picks this week. 4 NFL games. Okay, there's not really any bowl games that I'm interested in gambling on. So 4 NFL games. Coming up next, the Haystack and the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
You're listening to the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. Worldwide Sports Radio presents the Haystack Show with Mike Guido.
Hour 2, here we go. It's the Haystack on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, WorldwideSportsRadio.com. Mike Guido, Evan Mazza, my producer. It's good to have you in here on a Friday. I do this every single Friday. Loaded hour number 2. Ryan Pavich coming up shortly. Foreshore 4. I absolutely love my picks. 4 NFL games. I'm over 60% on the year. Evan, here we go. First bet. Love this one. And I think it's a gimme by the odds makers. I don't know how that this is a thing, but you've got to take this bet. Take the Jets +3 at home against Pittsburgh. You've got to take this game, okay? The Jets have an unbelievable run defense. They're a top 3 run defense in the entire league, and the Steelers are going to try and get after it by controlling the ball. They're not going to be able to do that. Devlin Hodges is not going to. They're going to force Devlin Hodges to beat him, and he won't be able to do that. I am in on the Jets right now, +3 points. I think the Jets win the game outright at home. They're playing a good brand of football right now. Sam Darnold is playing his best football of the year. And the Steelers, like I said, their defense is good, but they're not going to be able to control the clock. That defense is going to be on the ball, on the field a lot. Le'Veon Bell, revenge game for Pittsburgh. I think he's going to be playing with a different sort of energy and anger this week. Give me the Jets +3 at home against the Steelers. Number 2. You're going to like this. Give me the Baltimore Ravens -10 on the road against Cleveland. I am all in on the Ravens. I think the Ravens are going to blow out the Browns this weekend. I know people are going to say, oh, double-digit spread, it's a trap game. Listen to me. This game is a gimme. I do not think that the Ravens lose to the Browns earlier in the year and then keep it close in game 2. No. This is a revenge game for them. I think there's going to be an at least 2-touchdown win. The Ravens are going to crush the Browns this week in Cleveland. Massive win for the Baltimore Ravens this week. Lamar Jackson, Mark Ingram, they're going to control time of possession. This is going to be a bad, plus, honestly, best secondary in football, matching up against Baker, who's had a really bad season. Oh, boy. Give me the Ravens -10 on the road against the Browns. Number 3. I love this. Saturday game. Give me the Bills +3 on the road in Foxborough against the Patriots. Love this game. Love this game because, hear me out on this. The Patriots struggled to move the ball against the Chiefs. I mean, the Patriots can't move the ball. The streak is broken. They're vulnerable in Foxborough. I'm telling you right now, this is not the same Patriots team. I do not think the Patriots sweep the Bills on the season. The Bills go into Foxborough, get a narrow win. Josh Allen and the way that the Bills run the ball is going to be important in this game. And that defense for Buffalo is a top 2 or 3 defense in the entire NFL. I think Brady is going to struggle this week. Give me the Bills +3 on the road against New England. And then my final pick. This might be my favorite pick of the whole week. Love this pick. I'm picking the Tank Bowl.
Tank?
Give me the Dolphins -1 at home against Cincinnati.
There you go.
There you
go.
Taking that game. It's going to be a mess. It's going to be an ugly, ugly football game. It's going to be so ugly that everybody's going to want to watch it. I love it. Give me the Miami Dolphins, -1, home against the Bengals. The Dolphins are just, right now, they're a better football team than Cincinnati. They're playing a better brand of football. They play hard. They're healthier. Cincinnati, I think, is going to struggle all game long by stopping Miami's offense. As I never thought that I'd say that all year, but right now, the Dolphins in the Tank Bowl, give me the Dolphins -1 point at home against Cincinnati. Love this pick. Love this pick. Get on that game. Miami -1 against the Bengals. Tell you right now.
Ride the tank.
So there we go. That's my four NFL games. I am in love with my picks this week. In love with them. So give me the Jets +3 at home against the Steelers. Give me the Ravens -10 on the road against the Browns. Give me the Bills +3 on the road against the Patriots. And then give me the Dolphins -1 at home in the Tank Bowl against the Cincinnati Bengals. Get rich, kids. I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna nail it. I'm gonna go 4-0 this week. I love it.
You gotta be Joe Nair. We're gonna go 4-0. I'm gonna go 4-0 this week. I guarantee you.
I am all in.
I've been begging you all year to do a Tank Bowl game. I've been begging you all year.
Well, this is the Tank Bowl game. I'm in.
The Tank Bowl game. I love it.
I'm in on this, 100%. So that's your 4 my 4 best gambling picks of the week. Coming up next, Ryan Pavich, Pinstripe Alley, SB Nation, one of my favorite websites on the internet. I still haven't gotten his take on Garrett Cole, so we've got to get that going. That is coming up next. It's the Haystack and the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
You're listening to the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. You're listening to the Haystack Show on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Good to be back, Haystack, Worldwide Sports Radio Network. Boy, I gotta do a better job at confirming guests because it seems like we can't get a hold of Ryan, which might be something to do with us, might be something to do with our phone. Who the hell knows?
You gotta do your job. We just got.
We're on Cincinnati.
We just got to do our jobs, and we're on to Buffalo tomorrow. I am still getting used to Saturday NFL football and saying on Fridays, yeah, we have football tomorrow. Yeah, we have pro football tomorrow, NFL football tomorrow. After all this time, I still can't get used to saying, oh yeah, we have NFL football on Saturday.
Right.
And on a Friday we say, oh yeah, we have a game tomorrow, or 2 games tomorrow, 3 games.
Crazy.
That's
crazy, man. I mean,
my eyes are going to be glued to that Bills Patriots game.
Here's the problem. I was like I said before, I don't think anybody was missing Thursday Night Football last night at all. I really don't. Like, the NBA games were so good yesterday.
You had 2 great games. You had 2, games on the schedule.
Bucks, Lakers, and then
great.
Rockets, Clippers.
Yeah.
I mean, you got the 3 best teams in the NBA and then the Rockets. Sorry, Rockets fans. But that's what you got.
Zing.
Lakers, Bucks, and Clippers, 3 best teams in the NBA. And then you also had the Rockets, who have Harden and Westbrook, so they're interesting.
The Rockets won that game, too.
Right. Exactly.
I mean, did you miss Thursday Night Football, like a little bit, just a teeny bit, or you're like, no?
Me as a sports talk show host, right, where I have to talk about football a lot, it was kind of weird not needing to talk about a Thursday Night Football game, but I got over it. Because, again, the NBA games were so good last night, I could talk about the NBA games, which was really good.
It was weird for me to say yesterday.
I could talk about OBJ. I was living.
It was weird for me to say yesterday. Oh yeah, there's no Thursday Night Football game today. Like, because again, you're expecting it at this point,
right?
And you forget that last week's Jet Raven game was the season finale.
Right. All right. Well, in the meantime, let's go to the news with our interim Big J journalist, Evan Mazza, here on a Friday.
Well, the Minnesota Twins, the Josh Donaldson sweepstakes, keep getting more interesting. They're the NL East teams like the Braves and the Nationals are in this thing. The Phillies have been in it. But now the Minnesota Twins are entering as a finalist for Josh Donaldson. According to Ken Rosenthal, they've offered him a 4-year deal. Don't know the money, but they've offered him a 4-year deal. And Donaldson actually has multiple 4-year offers on the table from teams, with both the Twins and Nationals believed to be at that level. if the Twins sign Josh Donaldson, they will move Miguel Sano from third base to first base. C.J. Cron remains a free agent.
Wow. I mean, the Twins' offense was already good. Imagine if they added Josh Donaldson to that. So how would that work out? So Mitch Garver behind the plate. You'd move Sano to first base. You'd have Polanco at short. You'd put Donaldson at third. You still have Nelson Cruz DHing, right?
Yes.
I think they still have Nelson Cruz. Who's playing second base for them? Is it still Jonathan Scope? Or it might be Luis Arias.
It's Arias.
Then their outfield's Rosario, Buxton, and Kepler. That's legit right there. That's a real offense. That is a serious lineup. And then they still have Marwin Gonzalez, I think. Don't they?
Yes.
So they got Marwin Gonzalez in the wings too. That's a real lineup right there. That's good stuff.
It'll be interesting because Donaldson. I'm curious to see the teams that are taking this chance on Donaldson. I know Donaldson had a great year last year, but he's still coming off multiple injuries and everything like that, which obviously led to that one-year deal he signed with Atlanta. And now you have teams banking on this, giving him a 4-year offer, 4-year contracts. They're banking on Donaldson being who he was last year. So it's interesting to monitor Josh Donaldson.
I think listen, I'm not as concerned with Josh Donaldson not being who he was because, I think Josh Donaldson the season before last year wasn't normal Josh Donaldson because he got hurt, right? He was injury-riddled the whole year. Last year he was healthy, and he was pretty much the Josh Donaldson that we all knew and loved. I'm really surprised that the Braves have not been really interested in getting him back.
Well, they're one of the teams that have offered him I think they're one of the teams that offered him a full year. Or was that the Nationals?
I know the Nationals are
Nationals.
The Nationals are heavy on him. I think the Phillies are heavy on him. The Braves, I'm pretty sure, are in on him. The Twins, the Rangers, I'm sure. I think that there are multiple teams that are in on Donaldson. I don't know. We'll see.
Full-year contract, and he turns 35. He turns 30. Actually, he already turned 34. Excuse me. He turned 34 this December. So. Interesting to look at with Josh Donaldson. He's certainly one of the more. Now that Anthony Rendon is off the table and he's signed with the Angels, Donaldson's now next on the board in terms of hitters and third baseman. Curious to see where he goes. SB Nation came out with an interesting list. They came out with their 5 most fireable coaches this season. The 5 most fireable coaches this season in the NFL. And those 5 are Freddie Kitchens, of course. And Freddie Kitchens leads the pack at number 1.
Easily.
At number 2, we have Matt Patricia of the Lions. Number 3,
wow.
Adam Gase. Number 4, Anthony Lynn. This one is a little surprising. This one's pretty surprising. Frank Reich at number 5.
No!
Yeah, that one I'm not.
Come on!
I would put
that's
the Colts.
Terrible.
I would put the Colts as a disappointing.
Who wrote the article? Who wrote it? I'm going to call him out on air.
Christian DeAndrea.
That's bad. That's bad. How in the world can you justify even thinking about firing Frank Reich?
The Colts have had a disappointing season in terms of how they started off 5-2.
Yeah, but that's because they're
6-8.
finding out that Brissett is less than they thought he was.
But they are a disappointment in that sense. I mean, you think about where they were earlier. They were 5-2. They beat the Titans. They beat the Texans. They went into Kansas City and pulled off a humongous upset over the Kansas City Chiefs. But since then they've fallen off a cliff and they've lost 6 out of 7. So in that case, they're a disappointment. Sure, firing Frank Reich? No, you can't. He's not a fireable coach. I agree with that. He's not a fireable coach. Every other of them, the other ones, Lynn, Gase, Kitchens, and Matt Patricia. Yeah,
you can make
Patricia, I guess you could say.
You can make the argument for Matt Patricia. I probably wouldn't fire him, and they're not going to. I wouldn't fire Matt Patricia.
Patricia did lose Stafford.
So these are the 5 most fireable coaches. So they're telling me that Frank Reich is more fireable than Pat Shurmur. Frank Reich is more fireable than Dan Quinn. Frank Reich is more fireable than Jason Garrett. That is so bad. more fireable than Doug Marrone. Like, how could you possibly write that list and not say, oh, God, that's terrible. That is awful.
Yeah, you got it.
Seriously, Frank Reich is like a top, I'd probably say probably top 13 or 14 coach in the NFL
top
at least.
12, yeah.
I mean, seriously, that is like saying...
Top 12. You can make a case top 10.
That's like saying the Panthers should have fired Ron Rivera. That's like saying that the Rams should fire Sean McVay. Like, seriously, what is your issue? Come on! That actually got me angry. Are you... Frank Reich? Give me a break! You want to talk about expectations for the Colts this year?
You lost Andrew Luck.
Expectations through Week 8 and you fell off a cliff? That's why you're going to fire Frank Reich? Yep. Give me a break.
You lost Andrew Luck.
Lost Andrew Luck at the beginning. There were people that thought you were going to be a bottom 5 team in the NFL anyway. Come on. That's awful. Can you, does he give you an explanation?
Yes, you want me to read it?
Read a little bit of it, yeah.
All right.
That's awful.
Like I said, in the sense of where the Colts started, it's definitely a disappointment that they're 6-8 right now.
Sure it is.
But Frank Reich as a fireable coach, yeah, I don't know. Here we go. So, I'll read you the first excerpt of it. Reich's 2019 has been a roller coaster. He started the season at a low place after Luck's retirement. Then he led Indianapolis to the top of the AFC South thanks to a 5-2 start that saw Jacoby Brissett have a 14-3 touchdown interception ratio and make his 2-year, $30 million contract look like a bargain. Then Brissett got hurt, so did T.Y. Hilton, and the wheels came off. Brissett missed just 1.5 games with an MCL sprain, but that was the catalyst behind a 1-6 slump that slowed away the Colts' playoff hopes. His passer rating has dropped from 99 in his first 7 to 79.1 in his last 6. At the same time, the once steady defense has gone from allowing 21.6 points per game to 25.4, including 103 total points in their last 3 contests. Reich did an admirable job of holding the Colts together early in the year, but he was always walking on the tightrope. A litany of poorly timed injuries threw off that balance and forced Indy down the AFC pecking order.
Wait a minute. Stop. Hold on for a second. He was always walking on tightrope?
I don't.
This guy's way off. That's way off.
The sudden disintegration of the team's defense is another concern. While Reich doesn't deserve to be fired after making the best of a bad situation, this recent slide has done enough to put his team under a microscope moving forward.
Oh my God!
There's still a talent.
This guy's trying to. Seriously,
this is still a talented football team.
Like that's attention seeking for me. People are going to see Frank Reich and they, oh my God! People are going to be talking. He wants people to talk about it on Twitter. Like that's awful. That is the worst thing I've ever seen in sports media to this point.
First comment was about Frank Reich. The very first comment.
And it said, that's stupid.
It's his fault Andrew Luck retired and he was forced to start Brissett. Injuries aren't the head coach's fault. I agree with the roster's on the GM, not the head coach.
Yeah,
it's still a talent, but it's still a darn good roster.
In the description of why he said Frank Reich should get fired is the reasons why he shouldn't get fired. Jacoby Brissett's passer rating dropped 20 points. T.Y. Hilton got hurt. The defense got hurt. I'm like, are you kidding? You explained to me why he shouldn't get fired. You told me why he shouldn't get fired, and he's one of the 5 most fireable coaches in the NFL right now? Wow.
I saw that list, and I saw Frank Reich.
I got to get that guy on the air and just rip him. Rip him. Rip him. Is it just pure SB Nation, or is it like the Colts site?
No, it's SB Nation. Pure, regular SB Nation site.
That's wow. That is next level bad. All right, what's next?
Woo! I got you fired up again on another news segment. I got you again.
Like that's a joke. That's got to be a joke. And it's amazing to me how Freddie Kitchens, Matt Patricia, Adam Gase, Anthony Lynn.
Makes sense.
Those okay. You can make an argument for those guys. So those are the only 4 guys in the NFL that are more fireable than Frank Reich. Not Jason Garrett, not Pat Shurmur, not what's his name, Dan Quinn, not Doug Marrone. Seriously, get your head out of your butt. I'm serious. That's terrible. Get your head out of your rear.
You can't.
That's the worst thing ever.
Even if you say now again 5-2 to where they are now, yeah, that's a giant disappointment. But even if they finish the season 7-9 or 8-8, if you were to tell me the Colts, yeah, they lose Andrew Luck, but they finish the season 7-9, 8-8, I'd be like, yeah, that's okay. You can take that. You can take that. That'd still be a decent coaching job by Frank Reich.
That stressed me out. Like, I'm actually stressed out now. Thanks a lot. God. Anyway.
You all right? Deep breaths. Deep breath. Deep breath.
Blah.
We're going to the Patriots now. Deep breath.
Oh, Lord.
Julian Edelman was asked about obviously the Spygate 2 story and everything. He said it isn't worth. He says it isn't worth the time people are spending on it. He says via the Boston Herald, yes, that's pretty much a joke. We haven't even thought about it, honestly. We've been thinking about other things. It's funny, but it is what it is. I don't know. It's ridiculous. My focus is on the Buffalo Bills. So,
of course it is. Like, were you expecting him to say anything else? Of course he's focused on the Buffalo Bills. Like, here's my thing. If we're, I'm a member of sports media. You and I are both members of sports media. Why do we even interview Bill Belichick anymore? Why? Seriously, you know what he's going to say. More out of Cincinnati. Seriously, if you took a quote...
This is Edelman, not Belichick.
Even the same thing. Edelman. Whatever. They're both... Of course, we're focused on Buffalo. Okay. I don't know why we even interview him anymore. Seriously, I would hate to be a writer for the Patriots. I'd never get anything done. Hey, your deadline is... you missed your deadline. Yeah, because I don't have anything. Jeez Louise. Ridiculous. That's the news. Interim Big J journalist. Evan Mazza, my producer. Jeez, what a joke. Frank Reich.
As he starts flipping the water bottle.
This is like a stress ball.
I was about to say,
me.
this is your stress ball.
I got it.
That's your stress ball.
Jeez. Frank Reich. That got me. Holy crow. All right. Coming up next, hour number 3, we make picks. We do deathmatch. All of that coming up next on the Haystack and the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
You're listening to the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. Worldwide Sports Radio presents the Haystack Show with Mike Guido.
Oh, what a wonderful Friday it is. We're back, hour number 3. It's the Haystack and the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, Worldwide Sports Radio.com. Mike Guido, Evan Mazza, my producer. Good to have you in here on a Friday. Absolutely loaded today. Absolutely loaded. We got picks. We got deathmatch this hour. Evan, I can't wait for the weekend. I really can't. I think... my fiance.
So you are excited for the
my
Cowboys
fiance's sister and her kids
are coming to town.
Haven't seen them since last summer, so
nice.
This should be good.
Where do they live? Upstate?
They live in, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they live in North Carolina. I think.
They do?
Yes.
Driving up or driving up?
I don't know. Actually, I do not know their method of transportation. I do not know. All I know is that they're coming to town. So, hopefully I'll be able to get to see them over the weekend. Should be nice to see. I haven't seen them in a while. Mason and Kennedy and her sister Vika, which should really be should be a nice weekend. All right. So, here we go. Evan, you still owe me like 2 weeks worth of picks.
I just made up the first week. No, I owe everyone. I owe you and Monica and myself 3 weeks of picks. I just made it up to me. I updated my record. You're official. You're there. I am officially caught up. I already did it with you for this past week. So I now have to
the past 2 weeks.
I now have to do you I now have to update your rankings for your record from the previous 2 weeks after that, and all 3 for Monica. And I promise it will be done by the end of the day.
By the end of the day.
Yes.
You're determined.
Even if I have to stay after the show and do it all night. Update all the records now.
You're not going to do it all night.
No,
No, you're like, I'm just going to go home. I'm just going to go home. It's the week.
Plus,
it's Friday.
Honestly, I'm on a roll with it now. I'm on a roll, so it'll be done in like 5 minutes.
All right, so there you go.
I'll be done.
All right, so here we go. Week 16 in the NFL. Total playoff implications this week. Here we go.
Well, not all playoff implications, Matt, for this week, because we're going to the Tank Bowl. Dolphins, Bengals.
Already we're going to the Tank Bowl?
We're going to the Tank Bowl. Because why not? It's also part of your 4-4. What'd you say the Dolphins are?
-1.
-1 in this game. Who do we got in the Tank Bowl?
Give me the Dolphins at home. Like I said, I think the Dolphins win this game. Here's the thing. I think their offense is better. Cincinnati is historically bad. I don't think Cincinnati wins a game all year. They're not. What do they got in Week 17? The Browns. They're home against the Browns. I'm not going to rule that game out. The Bengals could beat the Browns in Week 17. Wouldn't be surprised. But give me the Dolphins -1. I think it's going to be a closer game, but it's going to be ugly. It's going to be so ugly that everybody's going to want to watch it. Give me the Miami Dolphins. I will say 20 to 16 over the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah, and I will be glued to the TV screen for this game on Sunday because why not? It'll be fun. The Dolphins have actually been competitive. I actually do think I've been impressed with the Dolphins. Actually, considering how everything started for them, I will pick the Miami Dolphins 17-13 in the greatest game you will see on Sunday.
In the greatest game of all time.
So I wanted to do that game because I thought it was fun. Now we go to the
I
Saturday
actually
game.
am gambling on the Tank Bowl.
Right.
Bengals,
That's why I wanted to do it
and
first.
Dolphins betting on the Tank Bowl.
I was so happy you're doing that game first. That's why I wanted to do it.
That's
All
my
right.
favorite pick. I'm actually really confident in that pick, too. I really am.
You
Who
better
would have
be.
thought that at the beginning of the year the Dolphins would come out with 4 wins? 4.
That's why I'm saying I've been pretty impressed with the Dolphins. Everyone had them at 0-16, 1-15, but they're actually being competitive.
They are.
They're staying in games. They almost beat the Giants last week. Hey, we got to admit the Dolphins have a little.
They got to quit winning.
Stop with the winning.
Stop. You're ruining the tank.
Stop
winning.
ruining the tank. On to Saturday's games now. Starting off with the Houston Texans at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Houston favored by 3 on the road.
You know, this game is really tough, but
Trap game.
That's why I didn't gamble on it. That Houston's favored by 3 on the road. I am going to take the Texans, but I'm going to take the Texans very, very slim. I really do believe, because Tampa Bay, they've proven over the course of the year that they're a better road team than they are a home team. But Tampa Bay can score points. Excuse me. It's all that Big Ziti.
About to say, that's some Big Ziti right there.
That's Big Ziti. But Houston, I think, in all reality, I think they're going to be able to protect Deshaun Watson. He's going to have time to throw. This is a secondary for Tampa Bay that isn't great. I think it matches up well for Houston offensively. So give me the Texans. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. Give me the Texans 34-31 over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This
game scares me because I don't know what I'm going to get from the Texans. They beat the Titans last week. That was a great football game. Beat New England, beat Indy. But there's that game in the middle where they were at home and lost to Drew Lock and the Broncos. Winston, for all his troubles, is the worst quarterback in football.
He is.
I mean,
isn't
it's crazy. Didn't he have like 300 yards passing by halftime against the Lions?
It's ridiculous.
Like, what? I actually think and the Texans secondary does worry me a bit. I'm going to pick Deshaun Watson and trust the Texans offense to score enough points in a bit of a shootout. I'll say 30-24 Houston Texans win. I think it's going to be a bit of a trap game, but I do think Houston pulls this one off because I do think they've learned their lesson from the Denver game. Hopefully they have. Here we go. Second Saturday game, the one I think everyone's watching tomorrow. Bills, Patriots in Foxborough. Patriots favored by 6.5. Mike, do the Bills do it?
Yeah, I do. I actually do. I love this. Give me the Bills. And I actually see now they're favored by 6. The Patriots are favored by 6. That's a lot of points. Yep, but give me the Bills. I think it's going to be a lower scoring, a lot of defense. Both these offenses are not going to blow you out of the water, especially New England. But give me the Buffalo on the road against Foxborough. I really do believe this. The Bills' defense is going to really crack down on Tom Brady and Josh McDaniels, what they have game planned for them. I'm telling you, I think Buffalo's going to control time of possession. Give me the Buffalo Bills. I will say Bills. I'll say 19-17 Bills.
Man, this game is tough. This game is tough. The Patriots' offense is stagnant right now, and they were tied at halftime against the Bengals. Like, that can't happen. You were tied at half against the Bengals. That can't happen. The Bills are playing so good, so well. You know they want this one bad. Last time they turned the ball over 3 times against New England. You know, Josh Allen, unfortunately, Josh Allen suffered an injury that game, and Matt Barkley had to finish it. This game is so tough. I can't really decide who I'm going to pick. If I had to close my eyes and think about it, I think I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills here. I can't believe I'm saying it. I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills. I think the Bills.
You believe it?
By the skin of I don't know. Like, I'm just going by my best guess. My head is telling me to take the Bills. My gut is telling me shut up and just take the Patriots because you're going to regret it and the Patriots will prove you wrong again. I will take the Bills 20-16. I think their defense comes up with a few turnovers. I think the run game will do just fine. I think they'll tire out the Patriots' good defense. I'll take the Bills, and they'll pull it off. They won't win the division because New England, I think, will win the next week against the Dolphins. But I think this will be a good statement win for the Bills.
You seem pretty broken up by this.
It's tough because you can't go against the Patriots in Foxborough. Like, that's always kind of my motto.
Right.
Okay, I did it against the Cowboys, and I paid for it. Then I went with the Patriots against Kansas City.
Yeah,
and I
well,
paid for
listen,
it, and
the
then
game against the Cowboys was in a freaking rainstorm.
They still lost.
Where nobody was playing well.
They still ended up winning the game.
Whatever, Evan. You wonder why I don't like you.
We'll get to that. Well, we'll get to the Cowboys. So we'll get to them. But I'm going to go with my head and say Bills. Rams, 49ers in San Francisco. 49ers coming up. Both teams need a big bounce-back win after last week. Both teams need a big bounce-back. Niners favored by 6.5.
Yeah, Niners need it more. I'm going to take the Niners at home. I think asking the Rams to go into San Francisco after a tough loss to Dallas and beat the Niners, who are a top 4 team in the NFL, that's a lot to ask. I really do think that the Niners go. They're comfortably back in their own building. They're incredibly good at home. I'm going to listen, 49ers here's the thing. The Rams lost on the road. The Niners got beaten in their own building last week. So I'm gonna take the Niners. I think offensively they'll be a little bit more consistent. They're gonna run the ball better. They're gonna be able to protect Jimmy Garoppolo. I'm telling you right now, give me the Niners. I will say Niners 30, Rams 21.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Niners too. They lost at home. They lost to Julio Jones and his 6'6" frame. I mean, that was all Julio Jones
that game might have been over the first play with Austin Hooper,
yeah. but that was a tremendous ending to that game. I'm going to take the 49ers to bounce back big. I'll say 31-20. They bounce back against a Rams team that they're fighting for their playoff lives too. But San Francisco, they know they need a big bounce back after a heartbreaker. So I'll take the Niners here. Atlanta Jaguars in Atlanta. Speaking of the Falcons.
Yeah, give me Atlanta. They're coming off a big win. The Falcons are kind of rolling right now. What did they get off to, like a 1-7 start?
They did this last year.
They got off to a 1-7 start, and they've been 4-2 in their last 6. Like, the Falcons are winning games now. They're 5-9. They're not going to make the playoffs or anything, but they're actually playing a pretty good brand of football. Give me the Falcons at home against a struggling Jags team that doesn't know what's going on at quarterback. They're so inconsistent. They're lucky that they got the win last week against Oakland. Give me the Atlanta Falcons. I'm actually going to take the Falcons pretty handsomely. Give me the Falcons 31-6 over Jacksonville.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Falcons too. Around that score. I'll say 31-10. The Jaguars have packed it in. They're ready for the season to end. Atlanta.
They're ready for the draft.
They're ready for.
They got 2 first-round picks.
They are ready for the draft. The Atlanta Falcons, yeah, it's like last year. Last year, they started off slow, started off bad, got out of the playoff contention at 1-7, whatever it was, and then finished off the year relatively strong. And it looks like it might be the case this year again. So, but I'll take the Falcons too, big. Let's go to Tennessee, another big game, and a big game in the NFL playoff picture. AFC and NFC, Saints, Titans in Tennessee. Saints favored by 2 on the road.
This is a good game. It's a good game. I stayed away from this game gambling-wise, but this is going to be a good game. I am going to take the Saints on the road. I think this is one of those games where it is going to be neck tight, so tight. Listen, this could sum up the division right now for the AFC South. The Texans get the Buccaneers, and the Titans have to play the Saints. I mean, that's a little rough. That's a little unfortunate. But as far as Michael Thomas and Drew Brees, they're gonna control the pace of the game. It's gonna be so accurate. They're gonna be so good on third down. Give me the Saints. I don't think it's gonna be a blowout. I do think they'll keep it close. But I'll take the Saints 24, Titans 22.
The Saints. I'm looking at their defense in this game. Their defense is good, but there are these odd games like this where they struggle. I could see Tannehill maybe having a bit of a big day here, and the Titans' offense and Derrick Henry having a bit of a big day. The Saints defense is kind of a weird unit. It is on the road. The Titans are desperate for a win after last week's heartbreaker against the Texans. I will take the Saints because I do think it'll be too much Drew Brees, too much Michael Thomas. I'll take the Saints 27-21 here. All right. After the Sheriff's last ride, Giants at the Redskins in Washington. Washington favored by 2. Daniel Jones back. Looks like he'll be back in the starting lineup on Sunday for the New York Football Giants.
Is it bad that I'm actually struggling with this game a little bit?
No.
Like, I actually think that this could be a game that the Redskins could win. Right now, a season matchup right now, as of this point, Redskins got what happened? The Redskins lost to the Giants this last time out.
Yes.
Listen, I'll say Redskins. I'm going to give this game to Washington. I think it's going to be close. It's going to be ugly. Daniel Jones just coming off the injury, might be a little bit rusty. Pat Shurmur might be a little bit conservative with him. It's going to be a lot of Saquon Barkley. Washington's going to know that that's coming. Washington's run defense is actually not terrible. They actually have a good front seven. So I'm going to take the Redskins. Low-scoring game. I'll say Redskins 16, Giants 13. Redskins over the Giants.
Yeah, I'll take Washington too. Daniel Jones as of an hour ago. Yeah, he is officially back in as a starter for the Giants this Sunday. So, hats off to Eli Manning. I'll start by saying that. Hats off to Eli Manning, a tremendous career. You know, I'll see you in Canton, Ohio, man. You did it. You were one heck of a quarterback here in New York. I'll take Washington here in this game. Haskins has quietly played better. Program. Not even the equipment wants us to talk about this Jets Steeler game.
Right.
Okay?
So here we go.
Jets Steelers. Steelers favored by 3.5. It is the Lev Bowl.
I'm going to take the Jets at home. Listen, I think they match up really well against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's going to have to do a lot of their offensive damage on the ground, and the Jets are really good at defending the run. I think that's going to be the definition of this game. Bad matchup for the Steelers. Don't think Devlin Hodges will be able to win it on his own. I think Sam Darnold's the way better quarterback in this game. Give me the Jets. I'll take the Jets 23. I'll say 23-13 over the Steelers.
Yeah, give me the Jets too. I'll say 20-17 here. I think the Jets defense, the Jets offensive line is a concern against that Steeler pass rush. I think that might go. Remember, this is the same Jet offensive line that gave up 10 sacks to the Bengals and the Eagles. So, but I'll take the Jets here. I think Le'Veon has a decent day. I think Duck Hodges, I don't think he'll do enough. I think Darnold will do more than Duck. Give me the Jets in this one. We did that one. Panthers-Colts in Indianapolis. For the Panthers against the fireable Frank Reich.
Ridiculous. Well, Frank Reich's going to show why he's not fireable. I'm going to take the Colts at home. Seriously, what a joke that was. Sir, but the Colts are a better football team. The Panthers have not been good. They fired Ron Rivera. It's a total crapshoot right now in in Carolina. Will Greer getting his first career start, so that could lift the Panthers a little bit because nobody has any tape on them yet. But I'm still going to take the Colts. Should be a good game. Give me Indianapolis 24-20 over Carolina.
Yeah, I'll take the Colts too here. They're due to get another win. They've lost 6 of 7. They're still technically alive in the playoff race, but obviously it's going to take a lot for them to get in. I'll take the Colts here, 20-15. All right, revenge game. Cleveland, Ravens, Browns. Ravens favored by 10. Mike, how much do the Ravens win this game?
Ravens on the road, and it's going to be Ravens by 1,000,000. Like it is going to be seriously. I think what was it? Ravens by 25? Is that what you said? Ravens by 25. Ray's calling it. Ravens by 25.
The final score was 40-25 last time.
Well, listen. Here's what I'm going to say. Ravens are going to control the clock. Lamar Jackson's playing unbelievable football. That secondary at this point in the year against Baker Mayfield, who has been awful this year. I mean, it is tailor-made for the Ravens to absolutely blow out the Browns. I'm going to take the Ravens 38-3 over the Browns. A 35-point win for the Ravens.
Give me the Ravens here. They even though they've been on this 10-game winning streak, you know darn well they've thought about this. They were embarrassed the last time. Absolutely.
They got to get closure for this year, and that's beating the Browns.
It's just incredible the direction both teams have gone since then. Cleveland has absolutely gone down, and the Ravens have just gone up and up and up and up. It's been a complete and total turnaround between these two teams. Give me the Ravens here. I'm not going to say 40-25 or 38-3. I'll say 33-13. I think the Ravens take care of business. Too much.
So not a 35-point win, just a 20-point win.
Just a 20-point win. Listen, maybe a garbage time touchdown by the Browns. That'll give them a 13.
38-3. Big trust.
It's gonna
big trust.
That offensive line, no Myles Garrett. The running game, you might get Hollywood Brown for a couple of touchdown passes. I think the defense will get a couple of turnovers off Baker Mayfield.
Hell yeah.
So this will be like I said, a payback game. You know they've thought about this since. Ravens.
I am in.
Lions, Broncos in Denver. Denver favored by 7 at home.
Give me Denver. They're home. Detroit's a mess right now. Give me the Denver Broncos. Drew Lock's playing good football. I think David Blau is still playing quarterback for the Lions. Just give me the Denver Broncos. I'll take Denver 27. I'll say 27-16 over the Lions.
27-10 Denver Broncos. I think the defense, the Lions again, kind of packed it in. They're ready for the season to end. Another game with David Blow at quarterback. Give me the Broncos all the way. I think they're going to create some turnovers, get some pressure on them. Von Miller might have a decent day. Broncos all the way here. Raiders, Chargers in Carson. Chargers favored by 7.
Yeah, I'm going to take L.A. I'm going to take the Chargers at home. Believe it or not, I really do think that this is going to be I think the Raiders are going to be trying to bounce back from a win, but the Chargers, since they've gotten a little bit healthier, they've actually been a little bit better. They're coming off a bad loss against Minnesota. They want to rebound off of that. I think the Chargers get this win this week. Close game. Don't think it's going to be a blowout. Don't really think it's going to be pretty. But I'm going to take the Chargers. I will say Chargers 23, Raiders 21.
Yeah, I'll pick the Chargers. I'll pick the Chargers, but I'm not really confident in it because it's you never know. I actually think the Raiders could win this football game. I do. You know they at least want to try to finish the season strong. I do think they're heading the right direction. But you know what? I've convinced myself. I'm going to take the Raiders here. I'll take 21-20 Raiders. The Raiders will get a win here. I think the Raiders will try to finish the season strong. Save this game for later. Now Cardinals, Seahawks. Seahawks favored by 9.5 in Seattle.
Give me Seattle. Seattle's going to win this football game. Seriously, I'll say this: Russell Wilson, that running game. It's gonna be tough for that Cardinal defense to do anything with. I know the Cardinals are going to try and get creative offensively. to try to muster up some points in this game, but it isn't going to be enough. Seahawks at home is really, really tough. I'm going to take Seattle at home. I'll say 30-20 over the Cardinals.
Yeah, I give the Seahawks 2. I'll say 28-13. Seattle's just playing too good. They have number 1 seed now in their front, now in the right standing in front of them. They're at home playing with all the confidence in the world. They got San Francisco coming to their building next week. I think they take care of business and get a win here. Sunday Night Football, Chiefs, Bears in Chicago. KC favored by 6.
Yeah, give me the Chiefs. I'm going to take the Chiefs here. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I really do think the Bears are going to try and stay in this game. But give me Kansas City. That offense is just going to be a little bit too much. I know it's at Soldier Field. But like I said, I think the defense will keep it relatively close. But I do think that offense is too much for the Chiefs. Give me Kansas City. I will say 24. I'll say 24-17 Chiefs over the Bears.
I think the Bears will keep the defense. The defense will keep the Bears in this game, but the difference, of course, will be the offense and the quarterback position. Pat Mahomes, I just think, will do just enough against his defense because, again, the Bears' offense and Mitch Trubisky won't be able to do enough to beat the Chiefs. And the Chiefs' defense has played better in recent weeks. They have. So I'll take Kansas City. I think it's a relatively good football game, 24-17. Monday Night Football. This is another big game and a big test for the Vikings. Time to go for it. Vikings-Packers. Vikings favored by 5.5 at home.
How crazy is this? The Vikings are favored by 5.5 in this game. The line started at 4.5. They discovered that Dalvin Cook is not going to be playing in this game, and the line went up. It just shows you what bettors think of Minnesota. I love the Vikings here. I love the Vikings at home. I think they're the best team in their division. I think they're a top 5 team in the NFL. Right now, I think that the Vikings are in position to possibly win the division. Like I said, the Packers are kind of on a little bit of a skid right now. They're still winning games, but they're not looking good. Minnesota's a tough place to play. So give me the Vikings at home. It's going to be loud in that arena. Give me the Vikings. I'll say 31-25 over the Packers.
Yeah, this one's tough for me, but I think no Dalvin Cook is going to play a huge factor here. Green Bay's defense, they have trouble stopping the run. That's the one thing this Packer defense has trouble with, and no Dalvin Cook. I think it's going to be a bit of an issue for the Vikings offense. Now that, of course, leaves Kirk Cousins. Can Kirk Cousins, in a big game environment, on Monday Night Football, in his 0-8 Monday Night Football record, outplay Aaron Rodgers, who does so well in these kind of moments? I know there's no Mike McCarthy. We have a first-year coach in Matt LaFleur, but still, you look at the experience of the Packers, the experience of Aaron Rodgers. I think it plays big time here. I think Aaron Rodgers makes just enough plays, more than Kirk Cousins will. I think it's going to be a great football game, but give me the Packers here, 27-20. Now, Mike, you know what I'm going to do. You know what's next.
Yeah, I know.
It's the Dallas Cowboys going to Philadelphia with first place on the line. Win, and the Cowboys are in. They win the division. Win for the Eagles, and they have a chance to take the division the next week. Eagles, Cowboys. Cowboys favored by 1.5. It's essentially a pick 'em. Dak is a little banged up. Looks like he's going to play. Cowboys, Eagles in Philadelphia. Who do we got? Are you going with your gut or are you going with your head?
All right. Against my better judgment, I will take the Cowboys by a hair.
Oh, there we go.
I think the Eagles are a little too banged up. Like I said, they're out of wide receivers. I think this defense for Dallas can hold up enough for that. Dak's a little banged up, so they're going to be running the football a lot more. The Cowboys are better when they run the football well. Against my better judgment, I am going to take the Cowboys. I'll take the Cowboys 23-20 over the Philadelphia Eagles. Pains me. I really don't know, but I am going to take the Cowboys. You go with the Eagles?
I am rolling with the Eagles. The Eagles, on paper, the Cowboys are better. But I'm going to bet on Doug Pearson to finally beat Jason Garrett. You're 2-5 against Jason Garrett. Go get a win. And I also think that quarterback health matters. I do. Dak Prescott, shoulder injury, that worries me a bit. Carson Wentz is the healthier quarterback. Give me the Eagles here. The Cowboys will try to run the football with Zeke. Eagles have the Eagles are a top 3, top 4 rush defense in all football. I will take the Eagles to win, and I will take the Eagles to win the next week and take the NFC's division title. I never would have thought I would have said that a month and a half ago, but here we are. Give me the Eagles. 26
there we go.
to 17, Philadelphia Eagles.
There we go. That's picks. Cowboys Eagles. I'm going to be glued to the television. If they lose, better draft pick for me. If they win, all right, we can go get blown out in the first round of the playoffs.
For your sake, it's a win-win because you're like, whatever. We were in the playoffs. We're in the playoffs. We get a top draft pick.
Yeah.
I like it though. You're picking the Cowboys. You believe. I like it. I've been telling you, just believe in your football team.
But I don't believe in them.
Believe in them to win the division, I guess.
I believe in them more than the Eagles, where half of their team's in the hospital. Like that's where my faith comes from.
I'm believing. I just, like I said before, I'm betting on Doug Pearson to finally get past Jason Garrett, and I'm betting on.
Yeah.
I'm betting on again the quarterback. I think the health of Dak Prescott really is a big. I think it's a big deal here. I do, and I think Carson Wentz being healthier will play a huge factor. I know again, no Alshon Jeffrey, no Deshaun Jackson, no. It's incredible what Wentz has to work with right now. We're playing throwing to guys like Greg Ward, but I do think the Eagles pull away here. I think it's gonna be a great football game.
All right,
I can't wait.
Here we go. Friday Athlete Death Match. Do this every Friday to get you going into your weekend. Here we go.
Let's go a little Eagles-Cowboy rivalry. Not this game exclusively, but let's go a little past rivalry. Let's start with Terrell Owens, Philadelphia Eagles Terrell Owens against Michael Irvin.
Irvin. Give me Irv. Give me Michael Irvin, and by a lot. I think Irvin would go nuts on Terrell Owens. Give me Irvin. Big time.
Let's go with Jeremiah Trotter at 6'1", 262 against Sean Lee.
Shane Mills?
Who'd you say? Jeremiah Trotter?
Jeremiah Trotter at 6'1", 262. That man was a freak of an athlete, a monster.
Versus Sean Lee? Oh, boy. Give me Trotter. I'll take Jeremiah Trotter. He's a monster. He was a monster.
Tony Romo versus Donovan McNabb.
Donovan McNabb was a beefy boy who was athletic. Tony Romo was he looked like a quarterback. You know what I mean? Give me McNabb.
All right, let's go current. Let's go one for the current game this Sunday. Sunday. Give me one. I want you to give me one for this week. Cowboy Eagles, give me one.
Okay. Let's go Lane Johnson.
Ooh, I like where we're going here.
Lane Johnson, who is 6'6", 317, versus Cowboys right tackle La'el Collins, who's 6'4", 320.
How much is 6'4", 320? How much is Lane Johnson?
6'6", 317.
I might go Lane Johnson there. But La'el Collins. I might go Lane
La'el
Johnson.
Collins, a big boy.
Big boy. I'll go with Lane Johnson here. I'll say height. I'll take his height over La'el Collins' weight.
Okay.
You going La'el Collins?
I got to go with my boy. La'el Collins, baby.
Okay. Let's go Bills Patriots, another big division game. Let's go with Jerry Hughes against Kyle Van Noy.
Jerry Hughes is 6'2", 254. And Kyle Van Noy is 6'3", 250. Give me Kyle. I'll take Kyle Van Noy. Kyle Van Noy's a tough big boy. He really is. I'll take Kyle Van Noy. And he's a hard hitter.
Give me a matchup from last night's Bucks-Lakers game. A fight you want to see.
All right. Let's go. Anthony Davis versus Giannis.
I don't think, are they about the same height, or?
I think so. I think AD is 6'10". I think Giannis is like 6'11".
All right, AD is 6'10", 254. Giannis is gotta be about 6'11". Giannis is 6'11". I need Maddie. Maddie, I need you to help me out here, buddy. I'm gonna go Giannis here. I'm gonna go Giannis. I might go. I'm gonna go Giannis here. Who are you going with?
I think I gotta go Giannis. Close, but I gotta go Giannis.
Quarterback battle. You ready for a quarterback battle? Derek Carr against Phillip Rivers. Two feisty. These guys are feisty. Both of them are feisty.
I think I'm gonna go Rivers. Close, but I think I'm gonna go Rivers. He's a little thicker. He's a little bit thicker. And he trash talks. I think he'd get into Derek Carr's head.
Niners Rams Saturday night. Let's roll with Todd Gurley against Matt Breida.
Ooh, So Todd Gurley, he's got two arthritic knees. That's going to play a part in this. 6'1", 224. And Matt Breida,
5'9".
5'10", 1'9". Yeah, give me Gurley. Gurley's just bigger. He's just so much bigger.
You gotta give me a matchup from the Tank Bowl. Let's go with the Tank Bowl. Dolphins Bengals. We going Fitzpatrick against Andy Dalton, or are we going with Devontae Parker against Tyler Boyd?
I'll go. All right, hang on.
Michael Johnson against.
Hang on. I got a good one.
I'm hanging on. I'm listening.
Let's go Rashad Jones versus Sean Williams.
Okay, so Rashad Jones is 6'1", is 6'1", probably a buck, 215. Who was the other one?
Sean Williams. He's 6 foot 212.
He's 6 foot 212. I'm gonna go Rashad Jones here. Rashad Jones is a heck of a player. He's a good player. Good safety.
Sean Williams is really physical, though.
Yeah. I might still go with Rashad Jones. Sean, like you said, Sean Williams is physical. Physical dude. That's a good one.
Hang on. I got a good one.
Give me another one.
Charles Harris.
Oh.
Charles Harris, 6'3", 252 versus Carlos Dunlap, 6'6", 285.
I'm going to go Dunlap.
Dunlap
is a beast. Dunlap is just he's a beast. I've watched him for forever. He's a beast.
Geno Atkins versus Christian Wilkins.
Okay, I gotta go the veteran here. I gotta go the veteran, Geno
Well,
Atkins.
hang on. Geno Atkins.
Wilkins.
Geno Atkins is 6'1", 300.
Experience over everything. And Wilkins is a big boy, too. Experience over everything.
And Christian Wilkins is 6'4", 315.
Experience over
Give
everything.
me the young buck.
Give me
Christian Wilkins.
Experience over everything.
Tank Bowl, baby. Give me
Tank.
Christian Wilkins.
Ravens-Browns. Let's go with... Oh, it's the rematch. Beckham against Marlon Humphrey.
Marlon Humphrey. My initial thought would be Marlon Humphrey. Marlon Humphrey is 6 foot 197, and Odell is 5'11", 198. Yeah, I'm gonna take Marlon Humphrey
in the rematch.
Close. Marlon Humphrey wasn't this physical in college, but he is now. Crazy.
Because he went to Baltimore. That's why he went to the Ravens. With the Ravens,
they turned Marlon Humphrey into one hell of a player.
Yeah, they did, and that was a reach. There was a lot of people when they took him with that 17th pick in 2017 that felt that was a reach. But yeah, you go to the Ravens, you play defense, you're taught to be physical on defense. That's just the coaching. That's just the coaching, how they do it there. Stay with another one because there was a guy who wasn't there the last time they played, Marcus Peters. Marcus Peters against the other receiver, Jarvis Landry.
Marcus Peters. Definitely Marcus Peters. By a lot. Marcus Peters bigger than Jarvis Landry by a good margin, I think, right? But I always think Marcus Peters, I actually think is small. Isn't he smaller than I usually think he is? 6 foot 195, and then Jarvis Landry
6'2", I think, right?
Jarvis Landry. I didn't think Jarvis
5'11".
Landry 5'11", 196. Yeah, give me Marcus Peters. I'll take Marcus Peters. All right, I got one.
All right, give me.
I got one. You ready for this?
Go.
Marshall Yanda versus J.C. Treader.
Okay. Now, J.C. Treader
is 6'4", 307, and Marshall Yanda is a massive boy.
6'3", 315.
I see 6'3", 305.
305?
I think I got to go gold jacket. I got to go Marshall Yanda.
Yeah, I'm going to go Marshall
Close,
Yanda,
but I'm going to go Marshall Yanda.
It's close, and I'm not picking it up via bias, but yeah, that's close. I might have to take, objectively, I'm going to take Marshall Yanda too. Marshall Yanda's just physical. Marshall Yanda is just a quietly physical dude. You don't hear much of, I know they'll say, well, he plays offensive line, but he is just
he's a big guy. He's a big guy.
Full of consistency. Form of consistency. And he'll play anywhere. You put him at guard, he can play tackle if you want to. Dude plays everywhere.
All right, let's do two more and then we'll go.
Okay. All right, I got to go to this Bears-Chiefs game, and I'm going to go with Akeem Hicks against
Chris Jones? Oh, no, Akeem Hicks is huge.
Akeem Hicks is massive.
Akeem Hicks is 6'4", 352.
He's massive.
The guy's an offensive lineman.
He's massive. Let's go Akeem Hicks against, how much you say Akeem Hicks is?
6'4", 352.
Okay.
He's so big.
Let's go with Mitchell Schwartz, 6'5", 320.
I think I gotta go Akeem Hicks. Akeem Hicks is just so huge, dude. And he's quick, too. Seriously, the guy plays D-line, and he's that side.
Yeah.
Size. Come on. That's ridiculous.
Right. For the holiday spirit, Mike, Santa Claus versus the Grinch.
Santa Claus. Santa Claus. By a lot. The Grinch is all scrawny.
Yeah, but the Grinch is, like, strong, dude. Grinch is strong. Dude's strong.
Give me Santa Claus.
You're going Santa?
Yes. Santa has magic powers.
That's true. Santa's got magic powers. Santa's got magic powers.
That's what I mean. He's got magic powers. All he's going to do is just like zing or whatever he does.
It's
and
the
that's
Christmas
it.
spirit.
All he's got to do is zing.
Zing.
Zing. Bling.
All right.
Bye-bye, Grinch.
Go to the NBA for this week of games. Give me a matchup. We got Grizzlies, Cavs. We got Kings, Pacers. We got Wizards, Raptors.
Here, I'll do this. I'll one-up you. I'll do one of the Christmas games.
Oh, there we go.
Actually, you know what? We'll do one per Christmas game, and I'll come up with them.
Give me this. Come on, into the Christmas spirit. I love it.
All right. Celtics, Raptors. I am going to go. Let's go with
Wizards, Raptors.
No. For Christmas Day.
Okay.
Celtics Raptors. I'm going to go with Marcus Smart versus Fred VanVleet.
Fred VanVleet is 6 foot 2, 190, 6 foot 1, 297. How much is Marcus Morris?
All right, hang on.
Marcus Morris is 6. Marcus
Smart.
Marcus Smart. Oh, yeah, I said Marcus Morris.
Marcus Smart.
Marcus Smart is...
I think he's like 6'4".
6'3", 220. I'm going to have to go Marcus Smart.
I'd probably take Smart.
I
would take Smart, but I'd take Smart by a little. Fred VanVleet's a big boy. He's thick.
I'll go Marcus Smart.
He's thick. All right, here we go. Bucks, Sixers. I'm going to go with, let's say,
Want to go Giannis and Embiid? But we already did that one.
Giannis versus Ben Simmons.
Fine.
Giannis versus Ben Simmons.
All right. Giannis is already what? Ben Simmons is 6'10". Giannis is
6'11".
6'11".
I think I'd probably go Giannis.
I'm still going to have to go Giannis.
Giannis is just more athletic. He'd be able to do more.
Giannis is more athletic, and he's more of a freak.
Right.
Ben Simmons is 240. How much is Giannis?
Giannis is a lot. I have no idea.
Yeah, he's a lot. He's a freak. I'm going to have to go Giannis.
All right.
Sorry, Ben.
Rockets, Warriors.
Oh. Draymond against...
No, there's not a good matchup for Draymond. Clint Capella versus Willie Cauley-Stein.
Stein is 7 feet tall, weighs in at 240, and Clint Capella. Capella is about 6'10", 240.
6'10", 240, Clint Capella. And then, who did I say? Willie Cauley-Stein?
Stein. I might go Capella.
Willie Cauley-Stein is
7 feet tall.
7 foot 240.
I might go Capella.
I think I might go Capella too. Capella just looks like he'd crush you. Seriously, Clint Capella.
He's thick.
Clint Capella looks like he would crush you.
He's a big boy.
All right.
Clippers, Lakers. Next one. I like this.
Clippers, Lakers. Let's see here.
Clippers, Lakers.
Let's go. I got a good one. This is a good one. You're going to like this. Let's go Dwight Howard.
Oh.
6'10", 265 Dwight Howard versus 6'7", 240-pound Montrezl Harrell.
Howard's got 3 inches on him. 6'10".
3 inches and 25 pounds on Harrell.
Oh.
But Harrell's physical as hell.
I might have to go Harrell.
I think I'm going to go Harrell too. I would maybe go Montrezl Harrell too.
I'm going to have to go Harrell. I mean, Howard. I don't know. Howard's interesting in a fight. Like, he's got the size to take it down, but I think
he's a little brittle.
Maybe. It's like usually you would take Dwight Howard, but you really kind of have to think about it. Pelicans, Nuggets. I want some Zion if you're going to give me Zion versus Luka.
Zion versus Luka?
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Jokic?
Jokic, thank you.
I'm not doing Zion versus Jokic. I will do Jokic. I'm going to do, all right, Nikola Jokic, who is 7 foot 253. Let's see. Jokic versus... Hang on. I'm trying to get a good one. Not him.
How much is Jokic?
7 foot 253 versus Jahlil Okafor, who's 6'10", 275. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Jokic versus Jahlil Okafor.
That's a good one. Okay. I might have to go Okafor. But
I think I'm going Joker.
You're going Joker?
I think I would go Joker. Yeah. He's a gigantic 8th grader. That's what he is. He's a big, sweaty 8th grader.
That's tough. I might be leaning a little towards Okafor, but that's tough.
Give me Jokic.
That's tough. That's a good one.
Give me Jokic. All right, that's Friday Athlete Deathmatch. Do it every single Friday. Get you going into your weekend. And that does it for us. Evan Mazza, my producer. I'm Mike Guido. This is the Haystack and the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. We'll be back on Monday. We'll see you.
You're listening to the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.